Hello students, welcome back. So students, today's English class we will be continuing with our chapter 10 Tenali Raman the second. In the first part students we have already covered, we learnt many new words, we learnt their meanings, some of the meanings, then also we learned to frame new sentences. Some of the meanings are also given in your textbook. In some pages on the corner you can find some certain words, meanings are well explained. You can go through those meanings as well. Okay, and we also read about the author. Okay, so today we will just continue. Before we start, let me talk something about, let us read about Tenali Raman. Now on your screen students, just pay attention. You can keep your textbook open your textbooks. Okay. Tenali Raman was a Telugu poet and advisor in the court of Krishna Devaraya in what is now known as Andhra Pradesh. He was also known as the court jester because of his witty and humorous stories. Tenali Rama had a penchant for solving issues using his intelligence and values. Undoubtedly, we all know about him. There are so many stories wherein his wit and humor sense and also his intelligence is a point of discussion. Even today he is famous for that. Okay, so this is all about a small just introduction about Tenali Rama. Now we will continue with our chapter. We will read. So you open your textbooks. We will start reading. This is the first paragraph. It was a cool, sunny autumn morning in the city of Vijayanagar. King Krishna Devaraya was on the throne. There was peace in the kingdom and the markets were busy with shoppers as everyone was in a good mood. A tall, dusky man in a spotless white cotton dhoti. Now, this was all about that particular city. The description is given and the king description of his throne. There was his kingdom was full of peace. The markets were full of shoppers. Everybody were cheerful, happy, in a good mood. Now, there we are talking about a particular man, a tall, dusky man in a spotless white cotton dhoti. Now, here in this paragraph, there are many adjectives. Let us find the adjectives from this passage. Cool, first line, sunny. Okay, next we come to busy, then good, tall, dusky, spotless, white. Okay, now just see: white, cool, sunny, tall, good, busy, dusky, spotless. So many adjectives we got from this paragraph. Let us go ahead. How is the city of Vijayanagar described on that particular morning? Now this answer is there right in the first line itself. It was a cool, sunny autumn morning in the city of Vijayanagar. So let us see how we can frame this. The city of Vijayanagar was cool and sunny on that particular morning. We are talking about that one particular day. Let us continue. And Angavastram strolled out of his house. He walked slowly, looking about him with a slight smile, and he headed towards the royal palace. The man went past an orchard of mango trees. Behind a nobleman's mansion, then under a stone gateway that led to a narrow street. Just then he heard high voices of children. This man is described, his description, what he wore, that is given, and he strolled out of his house and where he was heading towards the royal palace. And as he was passing by, he passed through an orchard, then behind a nobleman's mansion, and then he heard voices of children. Yes. Find the antonyms of the words wide, low, quickly from the passage. Yes. First word was wide. So go to the second last line, students. Led to a narrow street. Okay. Wide, narrow. Then was low. So look at the last line. Just then he heard high voices of children. So antonym, the antonym of high is low. Next, then what was the next word? Quickly. Now look at the second line of that passage. Walked slowly, quickly. So narrow, high and slowly are the antonyms from that passage. Let us move ahead. Raised in a heated argument, something in the excited chatter made him stop to listen. Now, as I told you, he was just passing and he heard those voices of children. So he stopped. He found that they were very excitedly chattering. That made him stop. It's my turn to play the king, one voice shouted. You promised I would be Krishna Devaraya and you can be the soldier this time. They were talking amongst themselves. Then can I be the Prime Minister Saluvatima instead? Another young voice protested. I don't want to be a soldier or a courtier. They never have anything to say. Now it sounded like as though they were going to perform some drama and they were deciding upon the characters as to who will enact whose character. Let us continue. Becoming even more curious, the man peered past the gateway and discovered a group of boys playing on a patch of grass. A tall, skinny 12-year-old had decided that he was going to be the king and was strutting about, waving his thin arms. Another boy stood before him with his arms crossed, looking stubborn, insisting that he had to be the prime minister. Two smaller boys had already been made soldiers and given sticks as swords and were marching about looking important. Ah, they are planning to act in a play, thought the man. This could get interesting. Now this man, he got an idea about what is happening there. So he understood that they are planning to act in a play. Now on your screen you have this sentence. Ah, they are planning to act in a play. Who said to whom? Here. Just now we just read. Here the man, he was talking to himself. There was no one around and those children didn't know that somebody is watching them. So here this sentence, they are planning to act in a play. That is, the answer is the man said to himself. Let us continue. Then a plump boy with a large bright eyes flicked back his long hair and said, play any role you want as long as I am the royal court's wittiest and cleverest man. Ahem. He cleared his throat importantly. Tenali Raman, of course. With a silent laugh, the man looked around found a large boulder to sit on and settle down for a show. Now this man, the man who was sitting and listening all this, he's getting very interested in listening to what is happening there. So he found a boulder, that is a large rock, and he sat there to see the show. He realized that the boys were acting out a day in the royal court of Vijayanagar. A sort of throne had been created using an old broken table covered with a tattered piece. Now here he was just observing how he came to know that they are creating the kingdom court of Vijayanagar. Okay, and how they how they have prepared that throne out of using a broken table. Okay, now let us check the question, student. This question on your screen. Write the positive degree of the words wittiest and cleverest. So here we had this already. In the second line, students, you see wittiest and cleverest, and we want which degree is asked, students? Positive degree. So we have learned 3 degrees, right? Positive, comparative and superlative. So we have been asked the positive degrees. What is the answer? Positive degree of wittiest is witty and cleverest is clever. So the answer is witty and clever. Now we have another question. Describe the boy who wanted to play the character of Tenali Rama. Now we remember in the first line, a plump boy with a large bright eyes flicked back his long hair. Okay, so what is the question? Describe the boy who wanted to play the character of Tenali Rama. How can we frame this answer? The boy was plump with large bright eyes and had long hair. This was the boy who wanted to play the character of Tenali Rama. Let us go ahead. Of matting and moth-eaten cushion. They were just creating the scene out of whatever was available to them, like a broken table and a moth-eaten cushion, a cushion wherein like all torn cushion was there left. Somebody had just thrown it. They made use of that. Now the boy playing the king strutted up importantly to his makeshift throne. He sat there, clambered up and sat down. He sat cross-legged, wearing a wobbly crown made of bamboo and tinsel, and carried a wooden sword. Then the boys playing Tenali and Minister Tima stood on each side of the throne, and the others playing courtiers stood facing them. They positioned themselves as to where the king will be seated and how the ministers will be seated, where they will stand. They positioned themselves. And who was watching all this? The man was watching all this. How they recreated the scene. Okay. Go on, Keshava, Krishnadeva said encouragingly. I am here about the cow, Your Majesty. Keshava began uncertainly. Cow? What cow? Asked the puzzled minister, Tima. Here now the drama has started. They are enacting. His cow in a garden chewing all the pumpkins. What else? Keshava looked impatient. What cow? Whose garden? Pumpkins. Minister Tima was now beginning to sound a bit like a parrot, and glancing at him, the king gave a quick shake of his head. Here now they have started with the scenes. Now they are the one person has come. Keshava is talking about his problem. He is putting his problem in front of the king. Okay. Pick out the adverbs from the passage. Encouragingly and uncertainly. Just let us find it. The next here we have in the first line encouragingly, the second line we have uncertainly. So the two adverbs encouragingly and uncertainly. Next, pick out the proper nouns. There are so many names given there. Let us check out, students. Here in the first line Keshava, then Krishna Deva, then again Minister Tima, that is Tima. So we have got Keshava, Krishna Deva and Tima. These are the proper nouns. Let us move ahead. Banana leaf stamped over the lime tree and devastated the pumpkin patch. His father had tried to stop it by building a bamboo fence, but the terrible cow just trampled over it and had now chewed up Keshava's mother's precious rose and marigolds. Now still the Keshava is complaining as to his father. He had built a bamboo fence, but the cow, he just trampled over that fence and he chewed up all. His Keshava's mother had planted rose and marigolds. He chewed up all those and he destroyed. So this was the complaint that was being put up in the court of that particular kingdom. Okay. Why did the father build a bamboo fence? Why did the father build a bamboo fence? Father built a bamboo fence to prevent the terrible cow from destroying the pumpkin patch. So students, this is quite a lengthy lesson but quite interesting. So we can stop here and in the next class we can continue. So till then, have a nice day.